Alright. Hello, everybody, and welcome. It is a big old Zerg versus Terran match, and in the left side of the map, presenting mouse, it is Heromarine. Now, interestingly, his opponent choosing to play this map, which I think is an awful map for Zerg versus Terran in my experience. I just don't like it. It just feels uncomfortable. I don't even know if it's awful. It just feels awkward, and awkward translates to awful for me in my own personal experience, but we'll see exactly what this Zerg player can do. This is the master of the Roach Zergling all in against Protoss. It's the Russian player, Vanya. So Vanya, Russia versus Germany. Germany. Big Gabe, of course, on the left-hand side. Going Barracks Gas, pretty standard. Vanya going to go 16 hatch. So real typical EU openings. Now this one is, of course, from the EU Weekly just a few days ago, and is a best of 3, so first of 2 wins does take it out. So Vanya's basically known for shoving more roaches and zerglings down his opponent's throat than anybody else. It's just mid-game timings absolutely abound. I haven't seen too much of Vanya's late game. I know he can absolutely play it. I really wonder, like, does he rush mutas? Does he just play Lingbane into Hydra Lurker? Is it going to be Mass Roach? Or even Roach Hydra Lurker, like the Dark style? I mean, we expect Gabe to play pretty standard. Now, the funny thing is, Gabe has a very big tendency. Maps that have very good push paths for Terran, like this one, he tends to 3-base all in on them. I think for Gabe, he just feels like it's a simpler path to winning. If the map gives him an advantage on a push path where it's awkward for the Zerg to defend, commit twice as hard and just go. Now, he used to do this a lot on Pillars of Gold a year or so ago. You'd remember he would always be doing the 8 barracks all in. And more recently, he's definitely been doing a lot of these just rally tons of bio tank across the map and try to kill the opponent. Will he necessarily do that? I don't know. Just something to keep in mind, because I do think Heromarine feels that if he can just, get the unit spread here, especially if the Zerg doesn't tear these rocks down, they just can't flank you. This area is a bloody butcher zone for melee units versus range units. These slow zones make this area basically unengageable for a Zergling or Roach army versus Terran. And then we've got little rockies over here as well. So for Vanya, if you open those rocks down, you can have a way better time of it. Are you actually able to, though? We'll see. Zerglings here having a bit of a skirmish. Great snipe. Already one Zergling goes flying there, but good rotation on the weak ones there for Vanya. Oh, miss micro. Pulls the wrong Zergling back. Does get a creep tumor down, though. 2 Zerglings is not too bad, and that's a quick third command center for Heromarine. So, do we go straight for second gas on the natural, I wonder? Orbital? Do they normally build the first 2 Hellions and then start the gas? Maybe that's how you do it with the bio build, is it? So it's starport, second gas. Okay, that's interesting. The second gas just goes down starport, so it still goes down before the Hellions, and then it's 2 Hellions, then Tech Lab. Obviously prioritizing SCVs first. 50 minerals. There we go. Tech Lab. Okay, very nice build. So just a clean standard 3cc opening. Vanya doesn't have any idea about this yet, but is sending in this Overlord. Should be able to get wind of it. No Marine, no depot spotting here. So there is a Marine, but he's up there. He's looking for that angle where players normally come in from. Vanya, being a bit less predictable, does find the way in. And behind this is going up to 5 Queens. Actually, very early to 5 Queens. Oh my lord, these 2 Queens started at like 320. So Vanya's actually focusing so hard on getting the Queen count out early to just shut down the Hellions. Isn't very heavily focused on like droning as quickly as someone who delays those Queens a little bit more. You can see that there's often a few lava sitting there. So Vanya's prioritizing Queen production over drone production, and even has a few Zerglings. So you could argue that this is overly safe. It's very good if Heromarine dives with Hellions. Going to be plenty of Queens and Zerglings to deal with it, right? The Zerglings in reserve, that sort of thing. I would argue this is a map you want to be greedy, though, because there's only really one way the Terran can come from. Like, if he wants to rotate from here, he's got to go around through a slow zone, all the way around. Super easy to deal with that. Now, interestingly, Vanya doesn't have very good Overlord vision further forward. So if you spread creep, you don't actually know if the Hellions are going to kill the tumor or not. I think that's because he wants to not have too many Overlords out in the open if a Viking hits the map. But I mean, he's got more Overlords. They absolutely could be spread a bit further forward to secure this area. So interesting just to see the different habits players have. Vanya obviously has had those games where he loses 6 or 7 Overlords to Vikings and is like, yeah, never again. let's not do that. I can just have really early good creep spread. My queens will always guard the tumors. We'll be fine. So like here, right? He could have lost those 2 tumors. He wouldn't know about it till they go down. But so far, it seems to be going really well for Vanya. Heromarine, 3rd base is up. 2nd and 3rd barracks finishing. Double engineering bay in the wall as well. I mean, this looks all normal for now. Give it a minute. Yeah, give it a minute. These openings are pretty chill. I mean, this map doesn't have a lot of run-by potential. Those Hellions are actually going to commit. Wow. Biggest Gabers. Spread those Zerglings. Spread those Zerglings. Spread those Zerglings, Vanya. You can see Vanya was trying to bait them in so he could just one-shot all the lings, and then he could just have a free reign over the mineral line. Gets 2 drones. He also sees that Spire very early behind the 3rds. This is a very successful run by Banshee. Comes in. Now, he did not go cloak. This is a cloakless Banshee, guys. He gets 2 drones, which is more than you really expect to get with a cloakless Banshee. He's very happy with that. And those queens pull away from the edge so they don't get the hits on the Banshee as it rotates around. No Spore in the space either. So very well done for Heromarine, who gets a bunch of workers, still hasn't lost a single Hellion. Can you believe it with how deep he went? And he knows that he's up against a Spire. So he will know, of course, to drop the missile turrets. Notice he's going to time that out to be as late as possible. Probably doesn't want to drop them until about 6 minutes 30. Because if he gets them now, it delays reactors, it delays bio, medevacs, stim, and shields coming down. All these other things, right? He only wants the missile turrets to finish up as they're needed. So he's building 1 in the main, 1 guarding the south of the production. He's not even going to bother with 1 up there because his bio can kind of get back to that area easily. As long as he's protecting these more exposed add-ons and the workers, that'll be good. And notice he skips the turret on the natural, because how does the opponent get there? He'd have to go all the way around the map in order to get there. Now, Vanya does go Mutiling Bane, and I love a Mutiling Bane player. He's going for the gold base as well. So Vanya, it's very important that he gets control of this area with creep spread, stops Heromarine getting up behind his gold base. Heromarine right now trying to deny the creep on the south side. Heromarine loves that push angle on the south. But once he sees the gold base, he might decide to poke up there. Mutas find the Hellions. Ooh, very nice. Get some damage. Should be able to get some SCVs and mules as well. Gets a mule. Almost gets a second mule. Doesn't quite get it. 3 hit points. Doesn't want to throw away any mutas for that, of course. But not a single one's died just yet. Overseer goes through the slow zone of death and does go down. A little bit unfortunate. Where are the Evo chambers? Hello? Oh, Vanya's all in. Vanya's all in! Oh my god, I told you guys, Vanya, it just throws more shit. Yeah. Vanya's making it look like a macro game and is not even going for Evo chambers. Vanya's stopped at 60 drones, has transferred all the workers over to the gold base, and is just doing nothing but making Lingbane Muta. It is a 0-0 Lingbane Muta all in. Oh, Vanya, you cheeky bugger. Very few players do this. Raynor tried a mutaless version of this on this map up against Clem. You guys might remember me casting that a few weeks ago, where he basically just hit a ton of Lingbane on the map and tried to wait for him to move out. Marines a bit too far forward. Great hot pickup, but he's got no support, and that's a shit ton of Banelings. You got to spread like you've never spread before. Show us that spready, Heromarine! There's too much Zerg, man! Widowmine's trying to come in. Great spready. Dude, great spready, but he's just too much Zergling Muta. The problem is, if you spread your Marines and they're running rather than fighting, the Lings and the Mutas are tearing you down. Even though you evade the Banelings, if you have enough Banelings to force everything to just be running and spreading apart the whole time, you're already screwed, because the Lings and Mutas will just do the damage. So even though a lot of Banelings go down, look at that. Vanya pushes him off the 3rd and then says, okay, I can't kill you though. Double Evo. Drone up my 3rd base, because that's the one that I didn't have workers on. Might even take a 5th base here as well. Definitely needs to focus on the creep spread a little bit more, because if you go into a longer game, that's going to be a problem. Now, Heromarine, economically, that's a big hiccup in your income. But you've got 2-2 starting before 1-1. Oh, shit. Vanya is very Baneling dependent for the next 3 minutes of this game until the 2-2 upgrades equalize, and to be fair, 3-3 is probably done by then. Vanya needs Banelings to connect on Marines, because Lings and Mutas are going to be basically using wet spaghetti to slap the faces of the Marines, and the Marines are going to be using the most Chad rifle, Chad armor you've ever seen. These Marines are just like, they're going to shoot a bullet, it's going to go through 3 Zerglings' heads in a row, and they're all just going to drop dead. Each Marine will be able to bench 3 Mutalisks on either side of the bar. 2-2 Marines will shit all over these badly upgraded Mutiling Bane. There's even Thors in there. The mine count's growing. It's a fantastic position to be in upgrade-wise for Heromarine. And, you know, he only lost a handful of SCVs. He evacuated most of his units. So that was a fantastic scramble for him to not just straight up die to that Muta Ling Bane attack. I would have loved to see a lot more Ling Bane, maybe flank in from the north and sandwich him a little bit, whereas Vanya went for more of a blob attack. You find with these very decisive Zerg players, they kind of look like Su. Su used to be the master of this, where his engagements never looked clean. They were just very decisive, but he very rarely surrounded. He just attacked from one angle. Oh, bad fight, Vanya. Or is it? I said, oh, but there was no Banelings, but the Widow Mines, he dragged the Widow Mines onto the bio. I was like, well, this is a bad fight. You're on 0-0 and +1 mutas. You can't beat Marines with medevacs healing them. And then that Widow Mine landed right in the center of the Marines, and Heromarine like, get the fuck out. Picked up and tried to run a full medevac got gun down. Great opportunistic fight there from Vanya. Using the Widow Mines as the anti-Marines flash damage. Fantastic surround. And the Banelings coming in. That is an absolute effing swarm. Heromarine a bit too deep on creep. Massively outnumbered. There's enough Zerglings once again. This is such a Zergling heavy army. There's a 4th CC on the way for Heromarine. He did not realize he's up against a Zerg who has not droned their 4th. And because he's got more units in these fights, it's harder for Heromarine to actually stand and deal with the Zerglings because there's just unlimited Banelings coming in from behind. If he loses that 4th command center, he's in big trouble. Vanya wants to get that 4th. Can he take it out? Watch out, that Widow Mine. Ooh, can he get the 4th? I think he can't. He's trying to kill it, but look at that. The medevac healing the building SCV. He's like, I will build this command center, and he lifts it. Heromarine holds, and that should be game. That should be game. It's still going to be close for a little while because there's a 5th base up. But I would say you've still got a double upgrade advantage. You've kept your 4th base alive versus Zerg who's on 3 bases. Heromarine needs to just tuck it away. He's just got to waistband it a little bit. He's just got to give me a moment to breathe, not to mention breathe himself, and set up his defenses. So the only danger is if he gets overrun and he's not looking and like his Marines just get a big Baneling hit or something like that. So we'll see exactly how it goes. All right, Marines doing pretty good. Taking out those changelings. So how does Vanya work his way back into this game? Well, Vanya has 1 speed, 1 gear, make more basic units. We've talked about this before. Bad Mutalisk. Lured a Widow Mine there over those units. Trying to just roll in once again from just one angle. Vanya just trying to roll in from only one angle. Gotta get those workers. Gotta get some Banelings in that mineral line, bud. You gotta kill those workers, buddy. Those Banelings. Those Banelings can cut off the retreat. Oh, but he saved some of them. 16 SCVs still go down. 4th command center's up. Cannot take that out. Vanya forces a lift. If he can kill the turret, that would be nice as well. But Vanya, I mean, his gold base has done wonders for him this game. It is starting to mine out. It's starting to mine out, and having an abundance of Ling Bane, very good, but he's low on overseers. His muta count, how many mutas has he lost this game? 31! Oh god, afraid to look at the units lost tab. Not as bad as I thought it would be. Thankfully, killing those 16 SCVs definitely helping there. I still think this is a pretty hard position to be in. Wait, he only just started 2-2. Oh no, it's going to be 3-3 versus 1-1. Guys, if Heromarine doesn't fight for a little bit and then forces a fight when it's 3-3 versus 1-1, oh my god, the Chad rifles on those Marines, it is literally going to be like doing... It just doesn't stop. Each shot of the Marine will go through 17 Zerglings in a row and headshot each one. It will be the most one-sided, disgusting advantage you've ever seen. Ooh. What do we got? What do we got? Muta's having a little bit of a dancey dance. Ling Bane, have a bit of a party here. Okay, they get a few Marines. Watch out for the Widow Mines, though. Yeah, he's trying to set up. So Heromarine wants to get this army ready, push the creep back, so that when 3-3 kicks in, he's like up in the business of the Zerg, and the Zerg has to stand and fight. Vanya, though, cleverly going for a run by. Oh, no. Ow. Does lose a few guys, but watch out! Uh-oh, he's naked at home. Heromarine with a quick F2A move to get home. His SCVs evacuate that base. Luckily, wall off on the natural, planetary on the 4th. Does cover those bases, but this buys Vanya some important time to let the 3-3 of Terran finish. What's it buying time for? I mean, he's got 81 workers. If Vanya could respread the creep on the south, maybe? I honestly don't know. There's Widow Mines everywhere. This is an effing nightmare for Zerg. Because the Widow Mines mean if he's not looking at a run by, he's just going to take massive damage to those Widow Mine shots most likely, and it's going to happen. Watch. Oh my freaking god. Ow. Okay, that Widow Mine didn't do much. Marine's actually hurting it by killing the Zergling that it tracked onto, stopping it tracking into the back of the pack of the Lingbane. Baneling's coming in sections here. Heromarine though, 3-3 versus 1-1. And these are elite Marines, guys, versus some absolute plebs. I mean, these guys don't even have winter uniforms. They have like one gun between every 3 Zerglings. It is not looking good for the Zerg right now. This is a well-equipped, elite Terran military pushing into a bunch of plebs with pitchforks. The plebs with pitchforks come forward. There is a lot of them. Oh my god, some good Baneling hits. But dude, the mines survived, the libs survived, the Marines say, oh! That was a Widow Mine, plus like 23, plus 3 Marines, all hitting the mutas at once, and 10 mutas just disappeared in a spray of blood. There is Liberator Mine by over. Vanya is just getting overwhelmed. The upgrades are too far behind. He did not do enough damage with his 60, his 0-0 Ling Bane all in. Didn't work out, and because of that, he was quite far behind. Next attacks almost broke through, but Heromarine, hats off to him. Every time Vanya exploded on him, we saw Heromarine quickly scramble back to his defenses, saved SCVs multiple times, pulled back as much as he possibly could, and yeah. I mean, the supply is surprisingly close, but yeah, anytime you get like 10 Marines standing their ground with 3-3, it's like pretty bad. He's going to try and stim that creep. Oh, he's floating this base over. I guess income-wise is acceptable for... Is this not game over? I really thought this would be game over, but he cleans up all the libs and all the medevacs, right? There's only one medevac right now. That ended up actually being a pretty costly trade for Heromarine in the tail end of it. Obviously, overall units lost is still looking great for him. And he's going to float his natural over and his natural and his other base. Because he's floating all of his command centers. Mutas come in. And Vanya trying to take this top base. I mean, Vanya's doing nothing but building Lingbane Muta. This honestly reminds me, oh, ouch, of a lot of my like games versus Iagars in like, I don't know, maybe 2013 or something, where I'm like, you're just desperately trying to find engagements with a worse upgraded, smaller Lingbane Muta army, and you're frantically doing backstabs, and you know you're pretty dead. You're just gonna keep digging for those mistakes for him, but he knows that all he needs to do is not make mistakes, and he will crush you because he has so much more stuff and upgrades than you, man. You're like, maybe I can catch him not looking. You're just trying to be wily. You're trying to find the mineral line. Your mutas try to find the Thor. It's just not coming together, man. That upgrade deficit is just being too much this game. And even though it's a double upgrade deficit right now, it's not that 4 upgrade deficit we saw earlier. That is still absolutely deadly. Widow Mine's having a bit of a party here. There's 9 Widow Mines peppered across this map. Great spready from Vanya. He's going to try and come through the south, but Heromarine with a kick. Scramble. Oh, that's a nice one. Very juicy. Lings get caught there. Mutas fly into the main. Ow. Ooh, get some. Get some. Come get some, boy. Yeah, you shooting those mines on my Lings and Pains. I'm going to fly in, raid your mineral line, you dickhead. Or I guess your reactor line. It's not really a mineral line. Your production line? That's what it's called. We're learning words here today. Uh-oh. Revenge? Nope, not cooled down yet. That Widow Mine now ready to fire. Oh, revenge. Ow! And a big Thor Marine spready. If you can use the medevac to save that Thor, that would be huge. Oh, he doesn't even need to. Mutas are in shrubs. He does save it, but the Marines walk forward into the Banes, and that's going to be a bit of a bummer. Ooh, hot pickups. Oh my god, hot pickups. And there's not much damage there. Oh my god, that Thor. That Thor gets saved by the bell. And Vanya's gonna have to tap. GG. Woo, action-packed game 1, but Big Gabe stands the storm of Zerg. Alright. Game number 2. Up 1 game after withstanding the constant, absolute psychotic attacks of his opponent. This is Heromarine. But the German wall holds. He does his buddy Showtime proud. His opponent in the bottom left, the absolutely non-stop aggressive waves and waves of pressure Zerg. This is Vanya. Now, it's 2,000 atmospheres, bit of a bigger map, but we'll see exactly how it plays. I expect Heromarine to say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and to go 3rd command center before gas once again. Vanya opening up with a very standard 16 hatch, and that should be a good way to do it. Normally you go 16 hatch, 18 gas, 17 pool. So he's only got 15 on minerals. So the first drone goes to join up with that drone that doesn't have a friend. Every other drone has a friend, but this drone doesn't. So now he gets a buddy. And he comes in there and kisses him on the butt. That drone takes a gas, and this drone will take a spawning pool. So 16, 18, 17. 16 racks into 16 gas. And will he scout with the SCV or not scout at all, potentially? Yeah, it looks like he's going to scout with the SCV. You see, he's rallying the SCV from the command center to mine 5 minerals, then build it. Which means this SCV is going across the map to scout if there's a hatchery. Scout if there's any early pool before hatchery, any shenanigans coming. If it's just pool before hatch, he just leaves his Reaper at home to be safe. And otherwise, if he sees it's hatch first, he just goes across the map. If it's anything wild, like a really early pool, then obviously he can shift his build in a much bigger way. But otherwise, just checking that there's no funny business. Command center coming down, Reaper on the way, Mule dropping SCVs, building second depot there. And we'll see, of course, after the factory goes down, whether he drops the second gas tells us about how safe he's playing. Sees the hatchery there. And it looks like Vanya is going to take that drone, get over it, and he's going to take the front third base, the European third. They love those front third bases. Factory goes down. Notice there's no second gas. Ooh, yes, there is. Okay, so he's going to be going for quicker Banshees. Bit of a safer build. Slows your command center down by about a minute and a half. Does allow you to have much quicker Banshees. Means you can go cloak, as opposed to, remember, it was just one cloakless Banshee in that last game. Just a safety Banshee. This time he's actually probably going to commit to the Banshees or a Hellbat timing or something like that. Like there's options, obviously, other than that, maybe a few Liberators. Usually it's going to be Hellion Banshee. That's the most standard. Ooh, comes in, tries to get that creep tumor. Zerglings pull back, doesn't get them. Just one Zergling kill. Reaper does survive though. So not taking any big damage. Starport goes down first as of course in this scenario, rather than the Hellion starting at about 315, 318, you can see you start your first 2 Hellions about 15 seconds faster. So it doesn't seem like a big difference, but Hellion's a little bit faster. Does allow you to get over the map, join up with the Reaper, be more active sniping the creep. Makes it harder for the Zerg to get map control, but you're obviously giving up the super quick third command center. So that's kind of the trade-off that Heromarines making this game. And if you think your opponent's a cheeky fucker, it's just a good way to play. Hellions in their face earlier means it's harder for them to sneak a Ling run by or some Roaches across the map. Your Banshees are out a bit more early as well, usually with this sort of build order. You're more likely to build 2 Banshees and Cloak. And he's actually going to go Raven. Oh, very cool. Okay, so he's just going to use the Raven to clear up the creep. Raven's very good for basically over time getting value because you don't have to drop scans with it. But it doesn't really add much to your army. Dropping auto turrets is one of the most undangerous kind of ways of pressuring your opponent. It's like you drop 2 auto turrets and the queens like walk back a few steps and they just stand out of range and the auto turrets disappear. It's not that effective. It's just the ability to maybe drop an auto turret or 2 in the mineral line, pick off some drones, deny some mining time, but most importantly, pick off tumors. And oh, Vanya! Oh, nice micro by Vanya, but even nicer micro by Heromarine to get out of that surround and kill some of the Zerglings. He's doing that 2-prong, threatening on both sides to make sure those creep tumors don't get up for free. If you keep your Hellions in one spot, it's easy for them to just spread creep on the side where your Hellions aren't. So I really like the way that Heromarine split his Hellions up initially. Now he groups them up. And he will get 1 creep tumor there potentially, but no. Behind this, third command center is on the way. That went down right on time, 4 minutes 16. Hellions on the way as well. Second and third barracks. A really tight play from Heromarine. He just does not miss a beat on his macro, I say, as he hits a ever so slight supply block for about 5 seconds. What a fail player. What a loser, Heromarine. Learn to macro. Learn to macro, bro. Now this time there's upgrades for Vanya. So Vanya's playing a more normal game. A gas is missing there, and these 2 gases. So it's only 3 gases right now. And there is no lair yet. Better start that lair soon, Vanya. Also no Baneling Nest. Lair and Baneling Nest, kinda urgent. He's building so many Zerglings. Oh, so he wants to surround the Hellions, I think? Uh-oh, the Hellions see his Lings running across the map. That's not good. No, no, no. Oh my god, they're gonna get caught. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I think he realizes he's being spotted, so he's gonna go hide in the corner of the map. He's making a Baneling Nest. Still no lair. 4th base is on the way. Wow, Vanya's gonna be going for like a 6-minute lair here. Wow. Wowzers, that's going to be an incredibly late Baneling speed. He also needs to worry because he might not be able to start 2-2 on time. Ooh, he goes to the big Link surround. Auto turret tries to defend here. But it is a pretty successful surround. Now, I would say it's still a lot of Zerglings that died, man. Cost for cost, that's actually good for Terran. I mean, it gives up map control. It allows you to spread your creep freely. But yeah, 56 drones and nothing but Ling Bane. Okay, so he's actually playing a 3-gas mass Ling Bane style. I like it. I like it. 3-gas mass Ling Bane. So he's going to be able to make a pretty decent amount of Banelings and upgrades, and then he's probably going to go high for ultras, but he's going to be able to go 7 hatchery. So if he actually builds even like 60 drones, 70 drones, he's going to have more than 4 full mineral lands. So if Vanya drones at all, he really does need to take more hatcheries, but he's doing this as more of an all-in style, where he's like, I guess I'll make a macro hatch in a 4th base, but they're not that quick. And he's just massing Ling Bane. And he's kind of already given away what he's doing. Look at these Marines. Oh, that's such a nice little corner for them to hide in. There's that little track there up to the jumpy zone. And he's going to go for just a big old Ling Bane all in with 1-1. And you know what? Oh my god, 1-1 in shields isn't done for Terran. Vanya, get out of there, dude. Okay, a little bit antsy here. A little bit overeager. Raven watching that side. Ling setting off Widow Mines is very good for him, though. Oh, Vanya is actually doing really well. Okay, he might just bust this 3rd, dude. Ling Bane running on in. Ling's trying to get on the natural. Heromarine does abandon ship. I mean, it's so many Banelings. But he's got Lings in the natural. His other Lings avoided the Marines. They're running across the map. Heromarine, hello? Heromarine? What the hell, mate? Why are you Marines on the other side of the map, bro? Oh my god, he's trying to backstab. He's like, well, I guess I have to just pull up to my main anyway. He's actually saving every SCV. He pulls behind his wall, and he's going to do big counter damage. Oh my god, is this actually the right call? Heromarine making a very ballsy call. Now, his E-Bays will go down, but his 1-1 did kick in. There's a lot of Queens and Lings popping out there. Oh no! He shift-clicked the drones! Oh no! He loses 1 medevac and a bunch of Marines. All of his depots in the natural, there was a lot of depots. E-Bays go down. So he is in supply block town. And you know what? You might think the worker count sucks for Vanya. It's not great, but oh, he gets the medevac as well. Heromarine in panic mode. Okay, number 1. But also he's on low gas. So, like I said, his economy in terms of minerals is way higher than gas. So normally, if you're trying to build mutas and stuff, this is really bad, this economy. But as it is, he's actually got a way bigger mineral economy than what this number normally represents. And that means he can make a crazy amount of Ling Bane, and as long as he keeps it scrappy and he doesn't let Heromarine mass up, Ling Bane is all you need in the early and mid game. It is the best composition to just control and dominate the map. And if you could just get in there and trade with him, that's big. But he focused down every single Baneling. More Marines dropping into this fight. Heromarine tries to stand his ground, but his soldiers unfortunately say, it's game over, man. There's just too many of them. It's fucking game over. They start fucking crying and shit. He's like, I thought you were expert fucking military veterans. And they're like, actually, we're kind of bogan mercenaries. Like, you know, there's people who are always like, the Terran are an elite military force. I'm like, these are literally fucking dudes with guns, like massive rednecks. I mean, you guys are going to remember the Caprulu sector. It's like when humanity becomes a spacefaring civilization across multiple solar systems, there will be a new Alabama. And that will be the Caprulu sector. And it's basically where all the convicts got sent. Like, it literally got settled by, like, fucking prisoners and shit. Everyone there's bogan as fuck. And they've all got guns. And the military is not exactly the most disciplined force. I mean, look at these guys. It's like, yeah, fucking shoot damn bugs, yeah! You know, half of them are probably the products of prison incest and shit. Who knows what the hell else has been going on. I think Vanya's got this one, guys. Beautiful play. Beautiful play. Dude, these are the jankiest all-ins I've ever seen. And no one plays against this stuff. Even though he's so in your face with Zerglings, he very well could be doing that while making 80 drones. Heromarine was worried about that, tried to zone out there, and was just swamped by Ling Bane. Let's go to game 3. All right, got caught off by a surprise all in there in that second map. Let's see what he can do. This is Heromarine. I think I'd be wanting Banshees if I was playing this guy, and just keep those Banshees on the defense, because it seems like he's just going to keep shoving Ling Bane at you. And if you always have a Banshee to deal with Ling Bane run-bys, it's a very efficient way. You never need to run a Banshee away from Banelings. You just A-move it and it does its job. But we'll see. I'm sure he has more tricks up his sleeve. I would imagine he goes back to Muta play now, because it is Romanticide, a map very good for mutas. This is Vanya. Recently, I just learned Brisbane was Australia's penal colony. No, all of Australia was A penal colony. Or did we actually send prisoners from within Australia to Brisbane? I never heard that. Twitch chat here coming out with the knowledge drops. Give us more info, chat. I know Adelaide's the only one that was a free settlement. They had a bunch of weird kinky Germans come and settle down there in the valleys. Because all Germans are kinky. It's like, ooh, my calculator. Yeah, oh, I love German efficiency. And also dungeon videos. Yeah. Calculators and dungeon videos and trains. What else are Germans known for? Like recycling? All my stereotypes are like TLO, Big Gabe. TLO has a train fetish. Big Gabe likes talking down to his opponents. I don't know what else is very good. They're very good at bureaucracy. Beers and sausages, that's true. There's a lot of good beer in Germany. But Russia, on the other hand, what are they known for? Kind of like... It's almost like a glorifying a culture of sadness and depression, right? Like, isn't that... And like, there's like this beautiful, deep despair in a lot of like the cultural like artworks and writings of Russia. That's what I hear people say. I've never really read any of it, of the Russian great writers, but they always say like, yeah, there's this beautiful, just constant theme of darkness and you know, suffering and embracing the pain together. You know, and I'm like, Jesus. Root vegetable vodka. White Raw did give me horseradish vodka one time. It was the worst thing I've ever tasted in my life. Shout out to Alexi. Very generous with his absolutely terrible liquor. It was, oof. And that queen there. Ooh. Reaper's kicking ass. Obviously, Russians also known for destroying anyone who tries to invade their territory. However, in this scenario, Vanya does not play to the Russian example. That would be a very defensive Zerg. He's like, just come deep on creep until you overextend, and then I will destroy you. Vanya goes to you, right? Vanya swarms. Vanya is an absolute, just wildly aggressive man. I really like Vanya's play because it's, I don't see too much of this stuff find success anymore these days. And I mean, I think it's cool to have such a deep bag of tricks that Vanya clearly does. I don't think Heromarine exceptionally confident invading Vanya's territory without kind of second guessing himself a little bit. Ooh, okay, Hellion dive. Link speed ain't done for a few more seconds. He's got 4 more seconds till Link speed's done. Just gonna kill as many as he can. Those slow Lings actually killed a Hellion. Holy shit, and now Link's done. Yeah, I don't think this was worth it for Heromarine. I think the way he just kind of like focused down units was a little sloppy. Ooh, that was a very clean spore trick from Vanya. Oh, Color Me impressed me. He's got 14 Lings out. I love that Vanya is the only guy who will play at a top pro level who plays like an NA ladder low GM who's like, Zerglings counter Hellions. And you're like, no, they don't. The Hellion counters the Zerglings. You're just hoping you catch them not looking and you get a lucky surround. They're like, no, Zerglings, if they make more Hellions, I make more Zerglings, and then I hope to surround them. And I'm like, you know this is really unreliable, and it only works because you're playing baddies like me, right? They're like, no, it's really good. To be fair, Vanya's really good at setting up the flanks and getting up surrounds, so maybe I'm being a bit of an, a tosis, as some would say, maybe, a bit of an artosis, not an apoptosis, an artosis. Oh my god, there we go, goes a bit too deep, does Heromarine, the Lings are there ready to punish. As I said, he's always happy to go off creep. Funnily enough, I thought the Hellions would just do a bit of a circle there, around the Banshee, but he's just going to pull back, wait for more Hellions. Third command center is not that quick again. Now, what is the play from Vanya? It's a better timed lair, so we expect a Baneling Nest to go down soon, unless we see double Evo Roachwarren? Wait, he's just going mutas again. No, this is game 1 all over again, I guess. Yeah, it's kind of game 1. Just like a big 3-base economy, get up a 4th, go mutas. But does he delay Evos again? That's what he did in game 1. Banshee comes in, gets a few kills. The other Banshee's working its way down the south of the map. Drones pull back. I don't really like that spore positioning, but you know what? It does avoid getting in the way of the drones. So that's kind of nice. That's, I think, why some people prefer that one. Fair enough. Alien's trying to dart. That Banshee comes in, but good pulls by Vanya, just pulling the drones back to the safety of the spore. That spore does not cover the gases at all, though. Yeah, he's like, shit. This is real exposed, man. Alien's looking for a drive-by. I think that might be a mite ambitious, because the Lings are standing right there without even looking at it. Vanya basically gets this around. The Hellions juke past, and some of them might get out of here. Meanwhile, I don't know where the Banshees are, guys. It looks like one of the Banshees just died in that natural. So it's actually a very successful move there from Vanya. Looks like the Queen killed it. Yep. Zerglings are actually going to get another Hellion kill and another. Oh, wow. Very good. Yeah, Heromarine losing a lot of his Hellions. I think he's so used to being able to bully back these Zergs. They normally want to have a big drone count. Vanya don't give a shit. Vanya's actually ended up going double Evo and Baneling Nest now. Okay, cool. So it was just a fast layer to like get the Overseers for the defense, I think. Fair enough. 60 drones, 4th base on the way, 5 gases. So this looks like it's going to be a more standard either Lingbane up into Ultra, but more likely Lingbane Hydra or Lingbane Hydra Lurker. Usually what comes off a 5 gas style, you technically can play only 4 gas if you go straight to Ultras. But some people like to get the 5th gas anyway, just so they have the extra gas ready once they get the Ultra wave coming in. They can also make more Banes and stuff. But no Spire, no Infestation Pit. Surprisingly, no 5th base yet. For such a heavy economy style, and actually droning to 71 workers, this is by far the most worker count we've seen from Vanya in this entire series so far. And Heromarine, I mean, he should be cautious after the previous games where Vanya was like, what is 65 drones? I'm never going there. 60 drones, 55 drones, that's the maximum, depending on what my strategy is. But Heromarine, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Banshee's very good defending these run-bys, man. So Marines are going to greet them as well. Says hello, gets a few of those Lings. Well worth a little bit of healing on the Metavacs and the Banshee time. Bane Speed's going to kick in as well, as 1-1. 1-1's already finished for Terran, but he forgot his armory. Ouch. Second factory out front at the 3rd. We all love this second factory as Zergs because it allows us to kill the reacted factory, which is the most important one that pumps out Widow Mines. I think we're going to see a 4th command center from Heromarine as well. I mean, to me, this seems like the sort of game, yeah, you drop that 4th, even if it means cutting Marine production. You can see his barracks aren't properly queued up. Sweet, he powers a little bit there, and he says, that's fine, I'll double drop the south, double drop the north, drop the bot, drop the top, drop the bot, pick up, pull back, drop the top, drop the top, drop the bot, drop the top, drop the bot. Baneling drop, waddling its way over there in the north. He sees it, though. He sees them going to the rendezvous point. Vanya's like, ah, shit. He knows. So he should know about the Baneling drop there, but he might not realize exactly what that was for. Another 4 Banelings just going to go through the middle of the map. That Marine should see them. Oi! Oi, get out of here! Yeah, that's right, roll away, you pussies. Marine is going to come forward and scan on the bottom. So, and this is really hard to deal with without mutas. He's going to go Hive Lurker. Baneling drop, that's a very damaged Baneling drop, by the way, coming in. But the Marines are distracted right now. Oh, this is perfect timing. This just happens to be the luckiest and most perfect timing for Vanya to be hitting. But no! Oh, Big Gabe with those sharp eyes. He's been eating his fucking carrots, guys. He's been eating his carrots. Oh, look at that. He's going to get it. He gets it before the Banelings gets out. He's on the high ground denying the mining. Wow. Great multitask. Great awareness from Heromarine. Saves himself from taking the damage. Does some damage. Now, obviously, Vanya still has a good economy, but you can see his creep has been pushed back a fair bit. Oh, that double drop. Oh, doesn't quite go down. It gets back out of there. He should pull that drop back in this drop. Pick it up, save it. So he's got to back off now with these drops. Obviously, he's kept him busy, but the Hive's done, Hydra Den's done, Lurker's done. Does he get Hydra upgrades is a big question. A lot of players skip out on those. They focus on just Lurker-ling Bane, and they don't really care. They're just using Queens for anti-air. And he's floating out a 4th as Heromarine. And he's building Widow Mines with Drilling Claws 3 at a time. He's also got +1 vehicle plating, helps the Metavacs, helps the mines survive the Lings and Mutas a little bit, Lings and Hydras. Ooh, yep. Yep, good micro. Oh, he's got a double drop up there as well. Oh, this is really hard to control for Vanya. Because Vanya, especially if that drop goes back in and hits his natural, it's really hard. Both sides trying to control many areas at once, but Heromarines kind of dictating. Ooh, he does lose some Marines in the middle. And he loses the Marines in the top. Oh my god. Oh my god, Vanya handling it well. And actually, Heromarine, surprisingly, the Terran usually is not the one to make mistakes there. And look at that, Vanya immediately runs forward and puts that one creep tumor down. It's just like, bloop. Haha. All of that creep denial worth friggin' nothing because he gets that one creep tumor and immediately respreads it. Well done. Creep on the north, a little bit slow, but he's got an active tumor. He'll be able to get it going. Massive Ling run by getting ready. Heromarine is max, but he has not started his 3-3, guys. And he misses the Ling run by. Just barely he misses that Ling run by. 2 drones go down on the far left. Planetary about to erect itself, but it's going to be mass Baneling to kill that anyway. They will kill the repairing SCVs, allow this to go. Oh, he burrows and unburrows his Widow Mines, but then the Banelings clear up the Widow Mines. Well microed by Vanya, whose lurkers say, hello, Baneling lurker, savagery. Oh, these lurkers not burrowed, luckily covered by Ling Bane, unable to take advantage. Vanya is going to swing in on that 4th. If that 4th goes down, the 5th command center. This is why you don't build the 5th in the open, because if this base goes down, he's in trouble. The Lings are going to go for the planetary, and the Banelings just going to take out both. Beautiful play there. Vanya even saves some of the Banelings, lets the Lings finish it off. Adrenal Glands is now done. +3 carapace, +1 range on the way as he swaps to lurkers. Ghost production is on the way for Heromarine, but Heromarine, that's why you build your command centers in the more defended areas, because that's a 2-for-1 trade for Vanya, getting 2 command centers for just 1 little pack of Zerglings and Banelings, and now he's swapping into Nidus Worm. Heromarine desperately needs to do some counter damage, at the least keep Vanya off of 5th base. I mean, he's still got a big army, but Gabe does not have many ghosts yet, and his tank production sucks. He needs to keep on the aggressive, because that's where Biomine excels. If he lets the lurkers push him, he's got nothing to stop them right now. And as those lurker upgrades kick in, which they've both kicked in now, it's going to be a bad situation if he fights them on the defense. So Heromarine wisely doom drops the main base. If he could find the Nidus Worm, that would be great. And there's no spotting units for Vanya right now. He's just scrambling to defend, so maybe missing the opportunity to use that Nidus Worm. This drop in there doing good. Those guys, a lot of them pick up. Widowmine gets some Zerglings. He's not getting a crazy number of workers, but he's getting a few from the high ground and should be able to take out potentially that Spore as well, maybe. He's going to lose at least one of the medevacs here. Hydra's coming in. Now, remember, the Hydras do actually have both upgrades at this point. So we did end up doing that. The drop comes back in the main. Drop the bot, drop the top, drop the top, drop the bot. Unload the bot, heal up. Defend the Nidus, defend the Nidus. Oh, no. It's in his sensor tower vision, but I doubt he notices that, guys. I doubt Heromarine notices that. Uh-oh. He is doing so much damage with his Marines. But if you get lurkers on your production, oh, no. You can say goodbye to all that hard work. And the lurkers pop out in the main base. There's only 1 tank. There is a bunch of ghosts. He might be able to snipe that, but there's so much going on. Lurkers on the 3rd. A lot of those die to this bio. Finally, they get burrowed on and they do go down. That drop in the main gets cleared up. But meanwhile, ooh, snipes on the lurkers. Heromarine defense. Okay, I thought this might just kill him, but Heromarine had plenty of units at home. And even though he's losing, he is losing a lot of units to this. And his 4th base, his 4th gets run over at the same time. Ling Lurker. Oh, Vanya. Oh, he even contaminates the command center. Does that stop it from lifting off or landing, I wonder? I have no idea. Someone let me know. Can you stop a command center from lifting or landing by contaminating? Jamie, look that one up. Snipes desperately trying to hang on, but dude, he doesn't even have scans. He can't even see these lurkers. There is too much Zerg. Vanya, dude, getting some great engages on those Marine drops earlier. Defending the multi-prong well, and then sliding that Nidus into Heromarine's backdoor by surprise. A bit of surprise backdoor Nidus action. The most annoying kind to deal with, and Vanya is going to get a huge upset. And go through to that great... Wait, that not... Quarterfinal, I think. Quarterfinal? I think... Maybe semi. Semi-final. I think he goes to the semi-finals after that versus Heromarine. I'll check the result really quickly, just so you know. We got the bracket here. Oh, yes, went to the semi-final to play against Vanya. GG, against Max Pax. GG, well played, Vanya. Some very sexy play.